Shalom. Call hello Allah Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, which means all praises to Yahweh, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father, who you people in the world ignorantly call God, by Hashem, in the name of Yahushua, which is the name of the only begotten Son, who you people in the world ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Once again, the true names of the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son is Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua. Shalom also to the brothers, you Akim that's pushing and spreading this word throughout the four corners of the earth, also uplifting their names, Yahweh by Hashem Shah. Shalom to you, Akim. Shalom also to the Israelite foreigners, the speckled bird, man, woman, and child, whose bloodline traces back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our forefathers, though you may look like the heathen nations, you're scattered amongst which the heathen nations, as you see on this chart, are the nations starting from 2 on down. Those are the heathen nations. Also, if your bloodline, your lineage goes back to these people that you see here on the chart through the man, and if your spirit bear witness with this word, this truth, and you can receive it to the speckled bird, man, woman, and child, if this does apply to you, you are Israelites, though you do look like the heathen nations just scattered amongst due to the scattering these people in this chart. So once again, you will have Israelites come looking like the heathen, but they're indeed Israelites because under the curses of Deuteronomy 28, the 15th verse on down, their spirit bear witness with this word that they are the sons and daughters of Yahweh by Shema Shah. And most importantly, their lineage goes back to these people through the man, no matter what they come looking like. If their father's an Israelite, that makes them an Israelite as well. Also to the few Aqua, few Israelite sisters that do listen and learn, Shalom. To the elect of the nation Israel, if it may be scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, who these words going out to, once again, Shalom to you as well. To you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you could bond, consist to make up the 12 tribes of Israel. You are the Hebrew Israelites, the chosen people of the Most High Yahweh and His only begotten Son, who the world can call Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shah.
Did you know that 52% of millennials are doing this? Can you imagine what that would be? What are 52% of millennials doing? Taking advantage of the lockdowns and getting in better shape? Doing 500 push-ups and 500 sit-ups a day? That would be impressive. Oh no, they're taking online language classes to broaden their educational ability and increase the number of people they can communicate with, and it'll enhance their job abilities when the lockdown is over. Oh no, they're taking classes, learning a new way to make money. Maybe a trade. Maybe they're learning a trade, a skill like that. I mean, it's incredible what they could be doing. 52%. Wow. Maybe they're studying the issues and realizing socialism doesn't work. Maybe. What are 52% of American millennials? What are they doing? We're going to talk about that here on the Common Sense Show. My name is Dave Hodges. I'm the host. And we're brought to you by, let me show you this, reach way back into the archive closet here. This thing is fantastic. This solar water heater right here. I love this. This screws off, pour in the water. Can't drink it right now. This water is just terrible. You found scum water, pond water. Okay, now we open up the panels and expose it to sunlight. And in any conditions, within 30 minutes, you got hot, scalding, purified water. Let it cool down before you drink it. Don't want to have seared flesh. But this thing is fantastic because it also can cook beans and noodles and rice and oatmeal. So if you ever had the bug out or you're just camping, you just take these little packages of food, right? And you got a meal and you got purified water out in the open. This thing is one of the most ingenious devices I have ever seen. And you can actually take 15% off, okay? Take 15% off and all the information you need with the coupon code and all that, that's in the description box. I love this device right here. This is absolutely cool. All right, so what are 52% of millennials doing? Do we have any guesses here? 52% of millennials are doing this. I love it. 52% of millennials are living at home with their parents. I understand some people, they're down on their luck or whatever, but actually a lot of them, according to the research, they're collecting their stimulus checks and double down on saving money by staying with mommy and daddy in the basement. Yeah, party on, dude. Ted and Bob, or whatever that movie coming out again is, which, by the way, I'm going to see because I loved it when it came out in the 80s. It was hilarious. Oh, those two guys would fit in and make great millennials today, wouldn't they? Living at home with mommy and daddy. How does that feel, guys? You're going on 40 years old and you're living with mommy and daddy? Oh, we got one of those in our family, too. Yeah, we do. It's disgusting. Um, Always got to have spare cash around. Ladies and gentlemen, why are the millennials so worthless? Not all, but the 52%, out of that, at least half of them are spongers. Why are they? Why do you think that's true? I can tell you why. I saw it in sports, and it became a microcosm in school. You could never tell Johnny, if you don't do it right, you're going to fail. You're damaging his self esteem.
All right, that's the point. You want to watch the video, there's a channel. All right, so now you have 52% of millennials, which I believe that's the millennials is anybody born between I believe 1980 all the way up to if I'm not mistaken, don't get me wrong, but it was from 1980 all the way up I believe to the late 90s. You consider to the late 90s, even going on now, even now, you see, you are a millennial, and you see, you said 52% of them. Some people in their 40s, a little bit older, and some people beneath that are living, have to live with their parents, or already living with their parents. You see, and that shows you that this place is going down. You see, 52%, not 50%, 52%. You see, and they said that the numbers. One thing he didn't mention, that's surpassed just like the unemployment in this country. It surpassed the Great Depression rate. This amount right here. So you have record unemployment that passes the Great Depression rate, and you have this right here that surpassed the Great Depression rate. You see, this shows you that this place, America, aka Babylon the Great, Salakia, it's going down. You see, it's going down the toilet, man. It's over. So I'm a you see, a lot of people, in debt, whether it's college, school debt, you see, just debt off a car, because a lot of these people they try to live this, this high life, but that's a part of the philosophies that was passed on. Just let me get that. I feel load up. 52%. Hold on, it's acting stupid. Let me just get the KJV. Blue Letter just been real slow lately, so I just get on this app right here. Well, this place is finished. Let me get. I'll start with Revelation 17, 17th chapter. Alright, fools in the break room. Alright, I'm at work, Salakia. But it says, this is Revelation 17:1. It says, and there came one of the seven angels, had the seven veils, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither. I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore, which the great whore represents America, man. That sitteth upon many waters, which if you go down to the 15th verse, the many waters represent the different nations. Okay, showing America's hegemony above all these nations. It says, with whom the kings of the earth, speaking of the other leaders, have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine for fornication, the philosophies, man. And the top of the philosophies that was pushed by America was the American dream. You see, the people in America, and then you got the foreigners outside of America. That's why everybody at first wanted to come here. You see, because they wanted to live this American dream, man. You see, get rich, you know, drive the nicest of the cars, the houses, make as much money as you can, man. And that's one of the biggest philosophies that America pushed on the world, man. You see? And everybody, have been made drunk with that. And let me get Nahum. I think it's the third chapter. Alright, this is Nahum. Let me see. Actually, I started 3 and 1 perfectly. It says, "Woe to the bloody city, which is what? Destruction." Okay, and this is the bloody city because, as we always say, this place was built off the slavery of the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, man. In order for this place to have been built and to prosper, it was off your blood. You see? It is all full of lies and robbery. And one of the lies was the American dream, man. That's all the lie, man. See, it's all about, the 1%. You see, the elites. If you're not a part of the elites, you're poor, man. Whether you're an Edomite, whether you're a Jake, or whether you're a heathen. If you're not a part of that little circle of the elites, you don't mean anything. You see, you on the bottom. See? You know what they saying? The shutdown was based. This shutdown is the greatest wealth transfer from the so-called middle class. The working poor. You see, it's all being transferred to these mega corporations, and eventually the elites. They're prospering off this. And it says the prey to part of not, which the prey are the Israelites. You see, we're still in this captivity. We still working at your bottom jobs, making all this money for the top 1%. And these different other corporations. It says the noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels and of the prancing horses and of the jumping chariots. The horsemen lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain and great number of carcasses, and there is none at the end of their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses. You see? Because you Israelites, you die all the day long. That's why the scriptures call you sheep, led to the slaughter. This place is your hell, and everything in this place is set up against you. But here's the point. It says, because of the multitude, the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, that whore, it was talking about in Revelation, the 17th chapter, the mistress of witchcrafts that served nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts. Through the movies, the music videos. They sell you this whole image that's not real. It's just the image to keep you distracted, okay? And to keep you wanting this place to prosper and going on. Whole time you a slave, man. You see? And that's what people will find out the hard way, because people at first didn't want to acknowledge that. People kept saying, well, no, that's not true. You see, they'll point out some celebrity, especially Jake, they'll point out some celebrity that made it, so in this so-called industry. Well, he had to do rituals, wicked rituals. He had to sacrifice a loved one, or he had to do some sort of abomination to get those riches, man. He had to sell out. He didn't get all that because he was just that talented. No. See? He had to do some wickedness to get what he's getting. You see? And that's even being found out. But America has sold through the television, through entertainers, through propaganda, that this is the place to come and the place to be like. And the world has been made drunk off that. And it's nothing but a lie now. It's being found out to be a lie. You see? Let me get that. See, the Lord, the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai has, uplifted this place. It's rooted up the lies. Let me get that. It's Isaiah 25 and 7. It says, and he will destroy in this mountain, this government, the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. And what's that? The lies, man. You see, these wicked, philosophies that these people indulge in, that's being, destroyed and lifted through the truth. And now everybody see this place for what it is, man. This place is just rolling down the drain, man. You see? Because at the end of the day, this is what you people are really doing. Let me see. Let me get Haggai 1 and 6 or Bab. Hold on. Yeah, I'm going to get Haggai 1 and 6. Salakia. Right, because this is what's really playing out right now. This is speaking of the Israelites, really, but really could apply to anybody. It's what's going on right now on the mass level. This Haggai 1 and 5. It says, now therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, consider your ways. Ye have sown much and bring in little. You work, what, 60 hours? Sometimes you even go more than 60 hours at a particular job. But what? You still, what, living paycheck to paycheck. You still scraping by, you know? It's still not enough. Especially, Jake, the curses that's on you. You see? What is one of the curses in Deuteronomy 28 chapter? That it says, curse shall be thy basket, thy store and thy basket, man. Meaning what? Your savings, man. If you have a store, if you a Jake, you an Israelite, you got a store, it's only going to prosper for so long until it shuts down, man. And if you don't have a store, but you still buy a lot, you get your paycheck. You get your paycheck that you work 60 hours plus for. And you know what happens? The government takes your taxes, takes taxes out, all types of taxes. So you barely have anything left. You see, it's barely anything left. You just left with crumbs. You see, and this is what's been happening, okay, for decades, man. It's just now is being brought to light that a lot of people are doing all this, working 2, 3, 4, 5 jobs, and they bringing in little. And now a rainy day came. You see, a pandemic came, and now people are being wiped out. You see, it says, but I'm at my job, and we have some delivery drivers. I work where there's household products, but you have delivery drivers that will come to my location, and they are under a contract. You see, they don't work for the place, but they're on a contract. But it's delivery drivers, and it's mainly the Northern Kingdom. They Jakes, but I heard they make $7 an hour, man. What is $7 an hour going to do? You see, if you got rent, that's another thing. The rent, no matter where you go, because you got people trying to flee from city to city to escape, high rent and inflation, which is kicking in. But what's the point, man? Everywhere you go, rent is what? $1,500. Some places $1,400. New York, I seen it was what? $3,000. You see? So can't nobody afford that. You got these jobs that pay you what? 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 11, $12 an hour, man. You can't make a living off that. You see? But this is what's been happening. But now it's being brought to light. It's being it's made manifest now. Cause see, a lot of people will tell you now, well, I'm doing okay. You see? Okay. It says, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put in a bag with holes, man. And that's what this society is basically off. It's based off you being in debt. This society thrives off you being in debt. You see? If you weren't in debt, if you were saving money, if you weren't buying, a lot of things, which is not bad, but, you got to balance it out. You see? If you weren't in debt, this society would have been crashed. You see? That's why they had to keep you in debt. But it's now to the point where they at least, what? Forget about it. We just going to wipe them out. We just going to take all the wealth for ourselves and leave them with crumbs. Literally nothing. You see? So this is forced people to what? Consider look, I can't afford the rent. No, I can't, I don't have enough money to, pay it off, pay this and pay that off. People losing their cars, A lot of people are people are getting evicted right now. Even with the moratorium that they extended. For some people, it was too late. So you have people getting evicted. I seen one video in Houston. At least a lot of people saw that video. People are getting evicted right now. I seen another article in, I think it was Arizona, Maricopa County. The homelessness is increasing. All of a sudden, you're seeing mass tents everywhere. You're seeing skid rows pop up throughout America, New York. So people are, another thing I forgot to mention is you have, at my job, you have the customer pickup. People are coming, and I've noticed this whole month, late last month coming into this month, you have a lot of U-Haul trucks. You even seen them on the road when you're driving. That's a lot of people moving and with their parents. Then you have a lot of RVs on the road because a lot of people know that eventually they're going to get evicted. So before they get put out on the street, They rather, be in the RV. You see? The RV is a shit, you know? What more can I say? Let me get just showing you this place is through. I gotta, make it quick. Rant was too long, but it's in Jeremiah. I know it's in the book of Jeremiah 50 or 51. I always get them mixed up. Alright. Yep. This is Jeremiah 51 and 50. Let me see. I'm going to start at. Alright, it's Jeremiah 51. I'm just get to the point. Jeremiah 51 verse 58, it says, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the broad walls of Babylon shall be utterly broken, and her high gates shall be burned with fire, and the people shall labor in vain, and the folk in the fire, and they shall be weary, man, they're tired, man. And this is what's been happening for decades. But now, like I said, this whole coronavirus hoax that happened, you see, it's just exposed, okay, what's been, playing out. People are in debt. People can't, people are getting by paycheck to paycheck. People don't have money. So people, working 2, 3, 4 jobs, you see, they still broke. You see? People not working at all. People trying to get stimulus checks. The stimulus checks that they do get is not enough. So all this is in vain. And really, let me get how, back in the ancient world it worked. With our forefather Jacob. Right? So I'm going to have to jump from this because I'm going to have to make this quick. Or I'll just do a part 2 if I got to. But it says, so I'm going to get to the point. Yeah, I'm going to start at this Genesis 29 and 4 says, And Jacob said unto them, My brethren, whence be ye? And they said, Of Haran are we. And he said unto them, Know ye Laban, the son of Nahor? And they said, We know him. And he said unto them, Is he well? And they said, He is well. And behold, Rachel his daughter cometh with the sheep. And he said, Lo, it is yet high day, neither is it time that the cattle should be gathered together. Water ye the sheep, and go and feed them. And they said, We cannot until the flocks be gathered together, until they roll the stone from the well's mouth. Then we water the sheep. And while he yet spake with them, Rachel came with her father's sheep, for she kept them. And it came to pass, when Jacob saw Rachel, the daughter of Laban, his mother's brother, and the sheep of Laban, his mother's brother, that Jacob went near and rolled the stone from the well's mouth in the water, and watered the flock of Laban, his mother's brother. And Jacob kissed Rachel, and lifted up his voice and wept. And Jacob told Rachel that he was her father's brother, and that he was Rebekah's son. And she ran and told her father, and it came to pass, Laban heard the tidings of Jacob, his sister's son, that he ran to meet him, and embraced him, and kissed him, and brought him to his house, and he told Laban all these things. And Laban said to him, Surely thou art my bone and my flesh. And he abode with him the space of a month. And Laban said unto Jacob, Because thou art my brother, shouldest thou therefore serve me for naught? Tell me, what shall thy wages be? Right? And it says, And Laban had 2 daughters. The name of the elder was Leah, and the name of the younger was Rachel. Leah was tender-eyed, but Rachel was beautiful and well-favored. And Jacob loved Rachel and said, I will serve thee 7 years for Rachel, thy younger daughter. You see? So what he did, was he wanted one of his daughters. So he said, Look, I will serve you. See, I will work for you for 7 years, right? For one of your daughters. You see, and Laban accepted it. It says, And Laban said, It is better that I give her to thee than that I should give her to another man by with me. And Jacob served 7 years for Rachel, and they seemed unto him but a few days for the love he had to her. And Jacob said unto Laban, Give me my wife, for my days are fulfilled, that I may go in unto her. And Laban gathered together all the men of the place and made a feast. And it came to pass in the evening that he took Leah his daughter and brought her to him, and he went in unto her. So he wifed her, but he gave Jacob the elder one, which in the spirit it was set up. That was the Lord giving them these women. You see? And Laban gave unto his daughter Leah Zilpah, his maid for a handmaid. So he even got what is it? He gave her daughter a handmaid. You see? A female servant. You see? And in the morning came past that in the morning, behold, it was Leah, and he said to Laban, What is this thou hast done unto me? Did not I serve with thee for Rachel? Wherefore thou hast beguiled me. And Laban said, It must not be so done in our country to give the younger before the firstborn. Fulfill her week, and we will give thee this also for the service which thou shalt serve with me yet 7 other years. And really what Laban was trying to do, because Jacob, the Most High was with Jacob, you see? So a lot of blessings came with that. So he was really trying to hold on to Jacob as long as he could because of the blessings. You see, the Most High being with him. You see? Like I said, in the spirit, it was the Most High, that gave him both Leah and Rachel, because he just wanted Rachel. But I'm gonna